our mind is made to be happy. Think about it logically. Your mind is made to be happy. Everything you do is to achieve happiness. Everything. You work to become happy. You go to school so you can work to have money to be happy. You have partners so the partners can make you happy. You have cars to make you happy. You groom to make yourself happy. Everything you do is some aspect of making yourself very happy. Everything that you do from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, even going to sleep is to make yourself happy. So that you can wake up fresh and beautiful, not having lines and eye bags so everybody tell you you're beautiful, then you're happy. My point is, your mind is made to be happy. So what you put inside your mind will make you happy or unhappy. Think about it. That's very logical. Who's going to refute that? Who's going to refute that? That's very logical. So therefore, what you put in and how you train it up, how you train your mind up is how much happiness you have. Thank you. How much you train your mind up is how much happiness you have. And how you train it is the information you give it to train to make yourself happy. So Lama Tsongkhapa can take care of symptomatic problems on the road to healing, inner and outer. Definitely he can. Definitely he can. And he's wonderful because when you enact his mantra and you do his meditation over a long period of time, depending on your own level and your mind and your effort, you will see a transformation. Combine that with a light, listen to me, light study of the mind and its functions. For example, there's a wonderful book called Understanding the Mind by Geshe Kelsey Council. Very clear. It's translated directly from the Tibetan texts. Very clear. And when you combine it with some light study, and you do it with some light recitation, and then that's two. The third thing that you do is you look at yourself at your strongest affliction, your strongest point that makes you always the most unhappy of what you do, and you attack it and you break it down. So let's say your strongest affliction is you always want to win. You're a very competitive person. Then you learn to let the other person win. Because in letting other people win, you win too. So it's like you attack it. So with your mental affliction, you take one, the strongest one, you can't take all. You start attacking it. And you don't give up. You know why? You're going to fail in your endeavor of attacking your strongest affliction again and again and again and again. Just like when you first ate, just like when you first walked, when you first left your parents, when you first worked, you have failed many times. And hence your victory now, independent grown-up adults. But that didn't come out with failures. That came out without failures. It came with trial and tribulation. Similarly, in your spiritual practice, don't you sit down, get an image of Lama Tsongkhapa, meditate, and tomorrow you're a Buddha. You can't be a culinary chef overnight. How can you be a Buddha? That's even greater. So similarly, if you take your strongest affliction, it can be anger, desire, miserliness, whatever it is, the strongest one, whoever you are, and you work on it day after day after day after day, you will fail. You will fail. You will go down. You will fall flat on your face. You'll be depressed, say, I hate myself. But if you get up and do it again and again and again, I promise you, it will become less. And that's how you attack your inner afflictions. I'm giving you the secret here. Whether you're white, you're black, or you're Michael Jackson, East or West, whether you come from a Christian background, a no background, or whatever Taoist background, they're all beautiful. Whether you're a guy or a girl or something in between or both, who cares? It's fabulous. It doesn't matter. The mind is what we're interested in. And the mind is what we're attacking. Everybody has the right to be happy. Everyone. And the key to happiness is not oppressing others or taking others or pushing others down or hurting others or taking advantage or cheating. That's not the key to happiness. The key to happiness is taking our strongest affliction and working on it and chipping it away with time. When we chip away at it with time, we will see a lesson. When that lessens, the reactions that would have arisen from that mind will become less. When the reactions that arise from that mind become less, the counter reactions back to us from others will become less. Then you'll experience more peace. So the more we don't change this mind, the more we will react from it, and it becomes solidified, stronger, and more. Why? With this type of mind, we'll only make more unhappiness and more enemies. So we'll have more people to fight off, more beings to fight off. And then in the end, it's very tiresome. If we change this habit, whatever it might be, then what happens is we react from it. If we usually react, example, from anger 10 times a day, we react 9 times, 8 times, 7 times. With time, it becomes less. When we act less from anger, the reaction from that is less, and then the counter reaction from others towards us becomes less. Becomes much less. And when that becomes less, we experience some happiness. Why? More harmony. We're more in control. And that's the secret. That is the key to practicing. Along with that, to encourage that practice, we study what we study what an enlightened Buddha has achieved in his enlightenment, and we apply it. We apply different methods, and we will fall many times. Depressed, unhappy, never mind. Depressed, unhappy, you failed again, you get up, you do it again, do it again, do it again. You have to do it again, that's life. And therefore, if you don't like to put effort, don't wash yourself, because tomorrow you can get dirty again. Don't wash your hair, next week it's going to be dirty. So why wash yourself? Why even brush your teeth? It's going to get dirty again. Simple. But unfortunately, with our body and our hair and our teeth, no matter what, how much times we wash it, it's going to get dirty. Its nature is to get dirty. And in the end, it fails us because it becomes something to be buried in the ground. It just fails us. It becomes our own traitor. I think I read that in Nagarjuna. Our own bodies become our own traitors. And what happens is, but if you do that to your mind, everything arises from the mind. Therefore, all situations will change. And in the future, we'll talk about it more in depth about reincarnation. I'm not going to get into it tonight because of lack of time. But when you develop your mind, that is what you take with you when you die. And when you die and you take rebirth, you will continue from where your mind has left off. So if you're an angersome, hateful, childish person, you'll be reborn as that and continue what you were doing. Maybe not necessarily as a human being. If you develop your mind to a certain stage of meditation, when you take rebirth again and you come back, you're going to act out from that state of mind. That level. And hence, there are beings from time of birth, they exude or exhibit a different character, different type of mind, a different type of way of doing things. And this type of mind that's developed themselves on this type of level, being seen by a mind at this level, this mind can only perceive this much, cannot perceive that. Therefore, this mind on this level, perceiving or looking, topa, perceiving this person on this mind, from his level or her level of this much to this much, they can see and they agree. Anything above that, they will find fault. Why? Because their mind is not at the level to perceive. And therefore, normal beings who are unpracticed, unmeditated, and also unlearned, they misjudge people, friends, teachers, other Dharma students. They misjudge all the time, and they form an opinion. And it's very dangerous for them. Because they think they know this much. But you see, their experience is only this much. Their mental awareness and ability and power of perception is this much. So on another person, they can only perceive that much. But if that person is advanced to a more higher state, everything above that, this person will see as negative. Even compassion will be seen as lack of compassion by this person to this person. Why is that? He doesn't have or she doesn't have the perception or the knowledge or ability to perceive. And then we misjudge. Example, as a young child, did you see a lot of things that what your parents did was wrong? Unfair, cruel, nasty punishments. But when you grow up and you look back, and it's not necessary to have your own kids, but if you have your own kids, you look back and say, oh, now I understand. And then we appreciate our mothers very much, our fathers very much. Why, when we look back, we understand. Similarly, I'm giving you a very basic fundamental example of the level of the mind. I don't want to give you some spaced out example of some high lamas living on the moon, because they actually live there. I'm telling you a real example. That even as a child, when you're growing up, you have a lot of doubts and you fight and you scream at your parents or whatever, and because they're wrong. But when you grow up, you go, oh, I understand. Like that, when you go into a company the first time, and you look at the boss, you look at the people like blah, 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 everybody's wrong. You're right. But when you're in the company for a while and you're making money and everything's all right, so, oh, now I understand. Like that, there are people in different meditative states who have attained certain states. And the way they enact skillful means, speech, talking, compassion, benefit to people, will not match our level of the mind. Because we are not capable of enacting that many multifaceted ways of benefiting people. So therefore, when we generate doubt, it cuts our potential to reach that state. Why? If you can judge someone who can be better, but you judge them wrongly, you are cutting the potential off, saying that no one can reach a higher state than yourself. So if no one can reach a higher state than yourself, why meditate, why pray? Grab your towel, go to the beach, get skin cancer. Very simple. Isn't it more fun? So when you're at this level and you judge or you include or you make summarizations from your level, and I'm not putting you down, I'm there too, then we cut out all potential of anything higher. So if you're always, in simple language, if you're always right and everybody's wrong, you will never ever expand your mind and become better. Why? Everybody's wrong. You're the best one on the whole universe. In the whole universe, you are the best. You are not even in the center. You're on top. So if everybody's wrong around you, you're right. Those type of people, if you observe, they don't improve and grow. Their mind don't expand. Why? Because they have this fixed view. Everybody's wrong and I'm right. It may not be negative or positive. It's just a state of mind. There's no judgment here. Similarly, in its Vedic tradition of practice, especially in the higher tantras, when we've taken refuge with our teacher and we still see faults, it's not the teachers with or without faults. It's you focusing on the faults and you cutting your own potential to anything higher. Why? You always observe faults. And therefore, you preclude, you cut out any potential of anybody being higher or better. So even when you're in the midst of practicing, in the midst of lamas or advanced people or dharma people or people who really meditate and practice, you will see them with faults. You will see them as not compassionate, not skillful, or wrong, or because why? You look at the action and just immediately that particular segment. You don't look at the whole picture. Why? A, you're not capable of looking further. B, habituation. C, you have by habituation discluded anyone who can achieve a higher state. And therefore, our lack of faith or lack of understanding of an enlightened mind, such as Buddha's mind, also stems from that on a deeper level. Much deeper. Science can prove a few things, but scientists are limited to their minds also. And to a very short space of time, 70, 80 years. People who have big degrees and they're scientists and stuff like that, doesn't mean they're happy. Doesn't mean their mind is beneficial to others. They have all the passions like everybody else. So when we negate the possibility of a higher mind, of a better mind, then you know what's the damage? Yeah, sure, you think this person's an idiot, you don't think they're smart, whatever. It's all right. But when we negate or cut out any possibility of a higher type of thinking or mind or attainments, we actually damage ourselves. Why? Then we automatically have concluded there's no higher state of mind. I am where I am. So when you pray to a Buddha, it becomes false. When you meditate or take refuge, it's false. When you do your mantras, it's false, and therefore, hence no results. When you do your sadhanas, and you do your retreats and mandala offerings and soap rituals, it's false. So there are people in Dharma 10, 15, 20 years. They've been the biggest organization, small organization. There's no change in their mind. Why? They have an inherent grasping towards there's no higher mind than what they have. And they're stuck. And hence, no advancement in practice. People always ask, how come so many years in Dharma still like that? I gave you the answer. Why? The judgmental mind that wishes to only think that your mind is right. And there's no higher level of mind is your enemy. Of course, you don't run around thinking everybody's smarter than you and you're stupid. No. There must be a balance, a middle way. Just as Buddha always says, a middle way. So when we have this type of mind, it's very hard to improve. It's very hard to improve on our practices. It's very hard to improve on our sadhana. So we may have a lot of knowledge in Dharma, but our mind will not improve. Why? We have an inherent grasping. Inherent grasping, meaning this type of grasping, very deep by habituation. I know they don't.